I think it's going. Yep. Are we all in? Yep, we're all in. Alrighty, so in front of us now we have got some leather garments and some tailored garments, a bit of combo of both. And we're going to start to talk about and have a look at what kind of detail or not detail do we put on to it. What do we know about the basic tailored garment? Tell me, how would you draw that?
Lined.
Lined, yes, that's right. Yep, so we're going to do a jacket. We must draw it fully lined, please. Yep, that's part of the criteria from our range board criteria. What can you see from those two jackets there on the end, looking at them from a tailored perspective?
They've got seams, like.
Yep, they've got seams. They've got a back neck facing. The way we'll be teaching our garments, we'll have no facing on that back neck. Our lining is going to go straight up to the back neck, which I think is similar to this one. Let's have a, yep, lining. Oh no, it's got facing on it. There's more facing, so it's different. Okay, so we'll.
If you can see the back of it, do you have to put like the label in it?
Wouldn't go into as much detail. Yeah. I would do the facings, yes, if you're going to do facings, but not you don't have to go to as much detail as labeling. No.
Could you just put? Would you want like just like
a little rectangle or something?
If you want to, you can, but you're not going to get marked for like not putting labels in. It's about construction detail in terms of the holistic garment, not so much about labelling and positions of labels so much. Okay, so let's start with the one on the left-hand side on the end, or your right. Alrighty, so what kind of collar is that? Can anyone remember? Revere collar. Okay, so think about the shapes, because there's no set standard for reveres. Top collar can be longer, lapel can be longer. So just think about your shapes, think about where they're stitched from and to. Have a look at how this front here overlaps. Okay, so looking at how this overlaps when it's done up, single-breasted. If you're drawing a double-breasted jacket, it won't just cross over a little bit like this, it will cross over a whole lot more. So think about that one, because quite often we do see double-breasteds that are still just single, and they put buttons out here and here, not the dual banana peel. Alrighty, think about the type of pockets that you're going to have. Are you going to have a flat pocket? Are you going to have a jet pocket? Oh, it's been stitched up, so I can't. So jet pocket. Think about how you're going to sew it. Once again, seeing this detail close up, so go into Pinterest, Instagram and have a look at it to see. You'll notice that this garment here, what doesn't it have? In terms of dashy lines. Yeah, no top stitching, okay? So whether you choose to put top stitching on or not, when we get to our leather, you'll see that there's a whole lot more top stitching applied. Depends on the style. Do you want to come and stand? Let's see if we can stand, because there's another great example of a jacket, like real time. Can I get you to stand? Yep. Wobble wobble. Yep, excellent. Another great example of a biker jacket. What has that got? Lots of top stitching, exactly. Yep, lots of top stitching, lots of detail, because biker jackets do. That's part of the feature of them, is all the top stitching. Look at the lapels, not lapels, epaulets on it, on the shoulders, okay, all the stud work. Thinking about how you're going to draw in all your stud work. Exposed zips. When you're drawing in an exposed zip, what should you draw in?
Do you draw in the teeth?
Yep, you draw in the teeth, you draw in your zipper pull. Yep, you draw in all the detail. Think about, have a look at where Emma's zipper heads are. Where do they sit? Look at the ones on her sleeve. So all this is the stuff that you're going to have to think about. If your zipper head is sitting at the sleeve at the top, what does that mean that your sleeve is then in? What position is it in?
It's like open.
It's open, that's right. So if her zipper head is sitting at the bottom,
that's closed.
It's closed. So that's how you need to draw your teeth. Alrighty, so easy to draw it closed, let me tell you right now. Not necessarily, so it's easy to draw the whole thing closed. But yeah, think about where your zipper pull's going to be at the end of the day, because that's really important. It affects how you sketch, okay? Just trying to show us the back of your garment. Okay, she's got a band around the back, some little tabs with some belt loops, yokes. Think about twin needle, single needle, top stitching. really important. Have a look at other people's garments. So observation is going to be your best friend. Have a look at other people's garments, how it's drawn, so you know how it's drawn. Okay. Have a look on the inside. So thanks, Emma. So the next one along, when we go back to that tailored jacket on the end, that one didn't have top stitching because it was a fully bagged out tailored jacket. But in fabric, they tend not to have top stitching. Not always though. You can have top stitching detail. Think about where your darts are going to be, where they go through. Okay. Next one, next little leather bolero. Okay, tell me, what doesn't that have? No top stitching, that's right. Okay. What does it have on the sleeves though? Can anyone see?
Is that like material?
Yeah, it's a knit. Yeah, so it's a combination of leather and knit. So don't forget your combos. So if you want to, you can do a combo of knits and leather, or knits and woven, or you can mix them up. So a lot of jackets these days you see knit sleeves in them. So and so that one's, and for that reason, the fact that it gives you more movement, because it's quite a fitted little jacket, so it's kind of handy that way. Yep, that one's got a facing around it. But look at the bottom of it. If you're going to draw it, which is, this is an open bolero, it's got a little facing at the bottom as well, which is just folded up. But yeah, so just think about all the way you go with that. Pants.
Can I make that a comment?
Yep.
If you've got a curved edge, then you need to think that that's how you're going to finish it. Would you better turn a hem up, or would it be more like a facing finish?
Yeah. So what Amanda's meaning is on the fold. So this here is just a folded edge, there's no seam here. But if this was a shaped or a curved hem, then you'd have to have the seam around that edge. If you had a seam around that edge, what would be on the inside here? Bluffing, exactly. Okay? So think about your construction. Alrighty. Pantaloons. Some trousers. Okay? This guy here has got top stitching, he's got some saddle stitching on him for detail. You can't really see it, but there's saddle stitching through your pocketing. What tailored pants? If you're thinking about drawing a pair of these are 3/4 lined, I think, so they go just below the knee. Think about your bagging out. Where is your top stitching? Where is your not top stitching? So, and we've talked about family and things being all in this cohesive story. So if you're going to do top stitching, what should you follow through with that? And what garments, where does it need to be? Yeah, so just think about keeping it a cohesive story, really important. Okay. This is another biker jacket, very similar to the one we saw in Emma. So it's just, what's different about it though? Nothing really. It's got tabs, it's got buckles. Yep, buckles are a great thing to pull off of WGSN. If you don't need to draw them, you don't have to. Pull them off and you can use buckling and all kinds of that kind of detail. That's quite similar to what Emma's was.
I think it just doesn't have the middle pressed up.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a lot of things, and it's also got jets in with the zips.
Oh, okay.
So there's quite a bit, but in terms of the overall look and feel.
And it's not exposed as well as I can see.
Yeah. So yeah, no, kind of handy to see. Pants, leggings in particular. Sorry,
Can
man.
I just add, if you draw a jacket that's a fitted shape, make sure you have enough panelling and darting in it to get to that fitted shape and to get the silhouette that you're looking for.
That's actually a very good point, especially in leather, because the size of your skins in leather are small. You don't have a big wide piece of fabric, so you need I usually need a whole lot more panelling to get that shape into your leather. Okay. Pants. Alrighty, what did this pant have? It was a legging actually. Have a look at the hem of this one.
It's like a raw hem.
Yeah, it's a raw hem. So it's just cut raw with a lot. So how would you draw a raw hem, guys?
Just nothing.
No top stitching?
Yeah, no top stitching, just a straight out line. Okay.
In fact, I think the only top stitching is around the band. Maybe is that top stitching?
Yeah, there's top stitching.
And it's only elasticized in the back, whereas it's completely just no elastic.
Yeah, no elastic at the front. So how would you draw that back? Have a look. Remember back to those first days of drawing with your gathers. This one's got top stitching in the middle of your elastic, so it stops it from pivoting around. So have a think about that when you're drawing it. Remember to put in your gathers where they need to be. Okay.
2 dots.
Yep. Alrighty. Any questions on that? No?
Wait, with this, did they just like it's all elasticized, but they just like they did like a 0.5 like stitch here. Oh no,
Yeah.
1 centimeter stitch.
Yeah, they did a 20
And then-
needle stitch all through the middle.
Oh.
And that's just because they would have, they channeled that elastic in.
Okay.
So they would have had a casing, and they push the elastic through, and then top stitched it in place, so it stops pivoting around.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, cool. Any other questions before we stop? No?
If we made, just because the seams in the bottom are obviously open, if that makes sense. Not the
The
hem.
knee seams?
Yeah, the knee seams are open seams. Do we have to write that anywhere, or can we just assume that because it's leather, you know?
Because it's leather, they will glue them open regardless. There's very few instances where they're going to treat leather together as one, with the bulk.
Yep.
So leather usually is pressed open and glued. And because of the finish of it, they don't overlock it, they don't do anything of it because it won't fray out.
Yep.
So just you don't need to stipulate that because they really know that.
Yeah.
It
They-
almost looks like a double-sided tape or something that's like stuck onto something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a double-sided tape.
So they'll glue it down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. Alrighty.